if we kind of broke it down into like to-dos specifically, like what does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. And you know, when I talk to my girlfriends about it, they're always like, oh, how you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like he's rotten, but I love that. Like I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. You know what I mean? And my biggest flex should be how I treat myself, which is, so it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of messed up.
What it do, man? It's your boy 100 and we back in this. Hey, we back in this, man. And right now we got Jazzy Brown. WatchJazzy? Jazzy Brown? Jasmin Brown? Anyway, man, she had a clip where she was talking about how she's submissive to her man. And I heard somebody say her man was Cam Newton. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But anyway, she says she's submissive to her man and it works for her and she loves being that. She loves being supportive. She loves doing that for her man. And a lot of women call her like a clown. Said she was doing too much. Said she was OD. Said she was being a hypocrite. But anyway, let's tap in.
I know.
I don't know why you're feeling away.
Why? What do you mean? Look at you.
I should be nervous.
No, why?
Because if I ask stupid questions, if I step on your
Never.
toes.
Never. I'm so nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna unravel today? Even though I know that everything we talk about is gonna be needed for people to hear, especially from me. Because you said
Needed.
I would never think you would be like that.
I would not.
And that's interesting to me.
So, you know why? Because when I know of you is you've always been a hustler. You've always been a boss. You constantly reinvent yourself. So that's what I said. My first and foremost comment to you was I've known about you for over a decade now.
Oh, thank you.
That to be said, my perception of you has been like career oriented, me first, not in a negative way, but like kind of like the person who's like, I'm no good to you if I'm not good to me.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that, me first. I'm not even like that. I think that it seems like that because of how I hustle, but even when I hustle, it's not even for me.
All right, so let's bring it back to the basics. What is the art of being submissive?
First step.
The bad word.
Is get with somebody who wants what you have to offer. I think love and submission is a tailored fit. It's not a one size fits all. So I can only tell you what it means to me. Now for me, it's complete selflessness. I am satisfied in serving. I'm a servant. And I watched my mother serve all my life, you know, and it was rain, sleet, or slow. I think we talked about this on the phone. My mother's love for my father wasn't conditional. It's not my responsibility, but
it's your joy.
It is my joy. You know, I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy, like every night.
I liked hearing her say that her mom's love wasn't conditional, meaning no matter what happened, no matter if she's mad, pissed off, no matter what they got going on, no matter what's happening in life, whatever her duties was, that's what she kept doing. And I've dated women where it's like, they'll do for you when they're like in the mood for it. But I can't be in the mood to provide and protect. I can't be in the mood like, oh, I'm not in the mood to defend your honor right now. I'm not in the mood to protect the home right now. I'm not in the mood to provide for the house right now. Like what? How can you pick and choose when you want to love me or show love? How can you pick and choose that? You feel me?
Right, like clockwork. I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest. And it shouldn't be conditional.
A part of that lack of conditions too means that you do your duty joyfully regardless of what's being done for you.
That's it. I do my duty joyfully regardless of what is happening to and for me. Now some days I might be more cheerful than others because I have my own stuff going on. And there's times where it's like, I don't even want to say what's going on with me because again, I know how to deal with me and my pain. I'll cry in the shower and keep it moving, But in the art of submission for me, because I can't speak for everybody, is being joyful about it. That want of, and I think not even just a want, the power of knowing that you have the power to make someone's day better. And that's a choice.
Now, see, again, I like how they said, regardless of what's being done for you, you're doing what you want to do with joy. Don't be a fool. Don't get taken advantage of, but don't do something and then expect the same in return, or don't do a thing expecting something in return. Like if you don't get joy out of just doing this, if you don't just enjoy doing these things for your partner, and you only do it when the conditions are perfect and everything's right and it got to be this and that is, and then I can be that, like, then that's not really in you. It's not really in you to do. You don't really want to do it because the things that I like doing for you, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it unless I feel disrespected. But even if I feel disrespected, there's some things that I have to do these things. Like if I'm paying all the bills, I'm not finna, even if you cuss me out, call me out my name, I'm not finna, what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop paying the bills? What, I'm going to let you starve? What, I'm going to take the car from you? Why would I? I wouldn't. Even if you disrespect me.
Easier.
Yes, better and easier. That's a choice that you have to make. I always make the choice to do it. I like to give. I like to allow my person to lead. They know, especially like when it translates in the bedroom, I like to feel dominated. Riding dick ain't always my favorite position because I like to be taken advantage. Oh my gosh. No, I don't like to be taken advantage of. I like to feel.
That's okay. I like to be degraded.
Yeah.
Those are languages that I like and I accept.
I do. But if I'm comfortable and if I trust you. So just know what that means. Know that dance with your partner. I think of relationships and submission and being submissive is like, it's like an 8 count. Know that dance. You better know that 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, dishes clean. 2, laundry. 3, if you have a long day and you fight in the world, you will never come back and fight me. You will never come back and walk into a space that is not welcoming you. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that
fellas, bro, you ever had a hard day, bro, and then you come in the house, bro, and your girl ain't give you nothing but stress, dog? You like, bro, I just had to deal with all this all day, bro. I came home, I wanted some peace. I come home now, I gotta fuss and fight. I'm going to sleep. Bro, you go to sleep early to death when you pissed off, bro. You like, bro, I have been looking for peace all day long. I get in here and it's more chaos. I'm going to bed. Good night. Oh, my soul, dog.
That this is controversial in some capacity?
Absolutely. To some, it could be enabling. And someone told me one time, they're like, you're enabling him. And I told him how that made me feel. And he was like, of course they're going to say that. They don't have nobody doing that for them.
How did it make you feel?
It made me feel like maybe I am. But at the same time, that's my love. So if you don't understand it, it's not, I'm not loving on you for you to get it. That's how I love. And whoever I love is going to get that benefit.
Yeah.
That's your love language.
There was a time where, women needed men for everything. We couldn't even open up a bank account, And now it's like women are really in their bag where they're like, I have my own business. I'm doing this. I don't need a man for nothing. Like basically, like, can I be frank? Like I don't need a nigga for shit. I don't, and I can say those words, but I want one.
So my brain wants to understand the exchange here. Because, and this could be, it's not, no, you're doing great. But because I told you, I'm gonna ask a bunch of stupid questions. Yeah. Because this dynamic, I think like my relationship with my partner is very egalitarian. Like we're equals. Like I don't ever feel like I'm giving for the sake of giving and I'm not receiving for the sake of receiving. I'm receiving being like, well, I deserve this. And I'm giving being like, you deserve this. So there's that exchange happening.
So you speak on, you're like, you tell him the things that you need?
Yeah.
And the things that you feel like you deserve, you'll say that?
100%.
How will you say that?
I need you to step up in these areas. I need to not worry about this. I need to be able to take my brain off this thing. I need more affection. I need more love. If we're going to be sexual, here's the things that I need to like feel more sexual. And in return, I invite that. Like, so we have a lot of conversations.
How does he receive it well?
I think everybody has a problem with being told that they're not doing enough because we always go to like, well, I'm already doing X, Y, and Z.
Nobody likes criticism.
I think that there can be, I wouldn't say that he's always arms wide open, but he always adjusts. But so I guess when I'm listening to your relationship style, I'm like, if we kind of broke it down into like to-dos specifically, like what does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean,
that's cool and all. That's cool and all. That's cool and all. But me, I don't like people doing that much stuff for me. Like, I don't want you to do that much for me. Like, I probably would start feeling away. Like I want you to do things, but I don't like asking to do stuff. So like, and I be wanting stuff to be a particular way. So like, I do a lot of my own stuff. Like I be cooking for myself. I be cleaning for myself. I be packing for myself. One thing I do like though, is if I leave for the day to go to work or whatever, and when I get back, I like for the room to be clean. Like, I don't want to come back into the room and it's like you laying in the same spot I left you in and the room is like a mess. Like the laundry is overflowing. It's like, what did you do while I was gone? Like, what did you do? Like, you ain't got an everyday spick and span, but like, if it's several days in a row, it's like, hey man, like, let's do something. Like, did you go for a walk? Go to the gym? Did you go get some groceries? Did you do something? Did you do anything? But yeah, I don't need much. You ain't got to do too much for me though, for real.
He's spoiled. And you know, when I talk to my girlfriends about it, I was like, oh, how you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like, he's rotten. But I love that. Like, I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. You know what I mean? And my biggest flex should be how I treat myself, which is, so it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of messed up.
What are you getting from all that you're giving? What are you asking for in return?
You know what's interesting? And you saw my reaction when I was like, you say that? You asked for that? You know what I mean? I think that I have gotten better at saying the things that I need, but if I don't get it the first time, I don't like to say it again.
So would you do what you're doing for a broke dude?
What do you call broke?
Requires your financial support as well.
No. I think to be broke, you can be
still a great lover, still very romantic, still very emotionally supportive. But I'm just like asking about,
I wouldn't even know that. I wouldn't even know that he's all those things. Because I think there's a lot of people who are financially stable who are broke-minded, and I can't get down with that either.
So let me just clarify the question. What are the requirements from a man to bring to Jazzy in order to get this level of love from you?
I think it's how you make me feel. I have to feel safe with you emotionally. You have to excite me. I need edge. So all this cute, soft shit that I need him to be emotionally this, I do need that. But I also need some edge. And I also need a man that is like, you know, like I am a submissive. So like, in a way, my love language in sex is like, I like for you to tell me what to do. So sometimes it's like, Jazz, sit your ass down somewhere. It's like, oh shit. What'd I do? Let me sit down, you know? But it's like someone who is a very, you know, you can be emotional and be soft and things like that, but I still need you to have a little sprinkle of that edge.
Do you need an alpha male?
Yes, only. And, you know, and I think men are confused on if they are or not. And if you are confused, you're not one.
Mm. What is an alpha man?
I think in my experience of an alpha male, it is somebody who is respected, you know, walks in the room and everybody just kind of like feels their presence.
Some people can interpret submissiveness as like anything goes. Like,
if you see my face and you've seen other videos when folks talk about alpha males, you know why I'm making this face, because it's made up. It's not real. It's not real. But I understand what she's saying. She wants somebody that's respected. She wants somebody with some status. She wants somebody with some, you feel me, like a head honcho type of nigga. She wants somebody in charge. She wants a boss. That's not necessarily an alpha. because that's not real. I think what she's saying, she'd rather have a leader than a follower. But yeah, it kind of sounds like she doesn't even voice like what she wants in a relationship for real. Like she does all these things, but she doesn't really say everything that she wants. She like neglects her own feelings, which I don't think you shouldn't do that. That's not good.
Like, I'll put up with anything.
That's not a fire.
No way. I mean, like, I think anything goes for sure if you're comfortable with the person. Because I'm doing shit I never did before. I'm just like, I would have never done this, but you know what? I'm comfortable with this person and I feel safe.
Do you have an example?
Anal. You're like, have an example? Yeah, that.
Do you do it for you or do you do it for them?
I do it for him because for me, I'm not at a place where I like it yet.
All right, so that ended wild. You feel me? That ended a little wild, but yeah, man. I guess you have to, if you want a submissive woman, you got to find somebody that's already in them. Like a lot of women ain't like that. A lot of women ain't submitting to no man. They ain't bowing down to no man. They independent. I don't need no man. I can do it myself. If you come in, we equals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that. Like I'm straight on all that. Like you just got to find somebody that expresses love through that. You got to find somebody that expresses their love through acts of service and submission. You got to find somebody that's already in. You can't find somebody and try to make them into that. It's not gonna work because people get comfortable or they get upset or they go through something and then they revert back to their regular selves, the person that they truly are. Like no matter what it is, like if you're putting on an act, eventually you gonna get tired of putting on that act. You gonna get tired. So you got to just be yourself. You got to find somebody that wants to do what you want to do, like-minded, y'all on the same path, y'all want the same things. If you want a submissive woman, you got to find a woman that wants to submit to a man. If you want a interdependent woman, you got to find a woman that wants to be interdependent with a man. If you want a strong, independent woman that don't need you, and I don't know, you be the house man, the house husband. You got to go find a woman that wants that. Like all of those people exist in this world. You got to find what you are looking for. Don't try to turn people into what you want them to be. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But yeah, man, let me know how you feel about this in the comments below, man. Can you agree with anything she said? Jazzy, that is. Do you feel like she's doing too much or she's enabling him or she's being taken advantage of? Do you see what she's doing as being subservient instead of submissive? Because being subservient is kind of like being a slave for real. But yeah, man, let me know how you feel about that, man, in the comments below. If you're still watching, man, and you ain't sub, man, you could hit the little sub button for your boy right quick. It's free down there now. It's free down there now. We're trying to hit 4K subs here soon. Hopefully, at least by August, sometime in August, hopefully. You see me, we're gonna see. So good looks on that, man. I appreciate all the love. And I'll see y'all in the next one.